At this point, we've all seen the JPEG of a rock selling for millions of dollars in the form of an NFT, and we've all thought, what in the world is going on? Is becoming a millionaire as easy as opening up Photoshop, copying in a picture of a rock, and turning it into an NFT? Yes. Is it easy? Yes. Is it likely? No. Now, this isn't a video of me just shaking my fist saying, damn, kids making millions off NFTs. There are real world use cases for NFTs, and the technology behind them is very exciting. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the dark side of NFTs, and then also talk about some of the use cases, which makes me believe they will have a bigger role in the future. What exactly is an NFT? It stands for a non-fungible token, and it's a unique digital asset that cannot be replaced by something else. You may be asking, how do NFTs work? Similar to Ethereum or Bitcoin, when we're talking about the blockchain, and let's say someone owns Bitcoin, that is on the blockchain itself. Whereas with an NFT, it's the same case. If I create an NFT, that NFT is located on the blockchain saying I am the owner, and that NFT can be traded around just like anything else. When it comes to art, people like to joke that you can screenshot or save that image and use it, but at its core, there's only one true owner of the NFT, and it could be proven on the blockchain. And when people think of NFTs, they first think of art, but that's not always the case. It can be any digital asset and a sign of ownership of whatever you're tokenizing. Let's go ahead and get into the negative impacts that NFTs can have and this dark side that I'm referring to in the title of this video.
It was said that you would destroy this thing, not join them!
First potential downside with NFTs is art theft. So think of someone that has created digital art and sold it themselves, or if it's a famous person creating digital art and it's out there, someone going ahead, taking that artwork and turning it into a NFT and selling it to the public. So they had nothing to do with the NFT art themselves, but they're profiting off of it. So it's literally theft. For example, this artist had his work stolen and used as a preview for an NFT mint, meaning that the scammer used pictures that this artist had created, promising that a lot more images were going to come out. He collected $138,000 worth of cryptocurrency, and then when the NFT mint actually happened, people were sent emojis. Don't get me wrong, stolen content has been a thing since the internet was invented. If you go on Instagram, Facebook, you'll see videos or memes or jokes stolen from other creators and used as their own. But in this case, we're talking about $138,000 that was made by a scammer just by downloading some images and hyping up an NFT collection. Another thing that people love to bring up is money laundering. Anytime someone makes money off an NFT, everyone just assumes it's money laundering, which isn't always the case, but it can happen. Let's talk about an example of how this might work. You have a person that has dirty money, whether it's an illegal activity that they got that money, it doesn't matter how they got it. They want to turn it into real money. So what they do is they create an NFT collection and they take that money and funnel it to that NFT collection. So they basically sell something to themselves, whether that's a singular NFT or a whole collection, doesn't matter. They just turned their dirty money into real money that they can say, hey, I sold these NFTs, I made $500,000, here's my income, take your taxes, and this money is now mine to actually spend without getting in trouble from the government. That is how it could potentially work if people are money laundering. In my opinion, yes, it's going on, but it's not the entire market. Then we have the one thing I hate the most: pump and dumps. Here's a TikTok example that may or may not be a pump and dump. You see where I'm going with this? That video literally got 2.4 million views. And you can see after that, this person has been posting different videos. And I'm not hating on them for getting a ton of views. It's just that when you look at this video at first, they're talking about turning $160 into $151,000. And it's a 6-second clip. People click into it saying, wow, that's a lot of money to be made doing nothing other than buying an NFT and flipping it. Through that video, it's essentially a promotion where people click in, go to that NFT collection and think, hey, these are selling for 100. I'll bid them up to 1,000 because they could potentially sell for hundreds of thousands. But what realistically could happen is the NFT that sold for that much out of the blue could have been a fake transaction, meaning someone paid themselves that amount of money to inflate the NFT. Now they're promoting it on TikTok. Everyone thinks it's a get rich quick. And that person sold all the other NFTs for $1,000 a piece. Let's say they minted 1,000. You're talking about a $1 million that they just made off of a TikTok video, right? These are hypothetical numbers, but that's potentially what could be going on with this. And here's the crazy thing about TikTok and some of these accounts is they don't have a face to them. They're not saying anything. It's just music with, hey, I'm making a lot of money. There's no identity attached to it. This person makes their money and can just move on. And the funniest part is if they do make money, they can keep on making videos about how they are an NFT expert and how they could make money off a certain collection and just keep on making new ones. And the supply of NFTs are basically infinite. Like I said at the beginning of the video, not all NFTs are bad. When you're talking about artists or creatives, this gives them a new way to make money. And so digital artists, someone like this Sarah Zucker person, made $274,000 in NFT sales in 2021. And this is back in May, so she's probably made even more. That's the amazing thing. She's able to sell her art in a new way, whereas before there wasn't a marketplace or a place where people could digitally own her assets. Or think of a musician that may want to fund a certain piece of equipment or an album. People that are fans can actually invest in them by buying NFTs that musician has actually created themselves. Another huge use case, in my opinion, is reducing fraud, specifically for something like tickets. Online, people can sell tickets, but people can also get scammed by buying fake ones. Imagine a world where you go to a concert and you're buying NFTs, which are literally tickets, and when they scan it, there is proof that that NFT exists. It's real, it's unique, and that was created as a ticket to be sold. You could also go to the point where bands could sell these NFTs and say this can only be traded at face value, meaning scalpers wouldn't be able to buy tickets in mass at $50 and flip them to true fans for $150. You could cut that out. You could build that into the smart contract that is an NFT. Another exciting use case would be the fractionalization or digitizing assets that exist in the real world, or physical assets. So let's say a house, you want to sell part of that to a group of investors. What you could do is you could fractionalize your entire house and sell pieces of it to investors via an NFT. You could also turn the stock market. Each share represents an NFT. The options are endless to digitize certain assets, and I'm sure people way smarter than me are figuring out different ways to utilize NFTs that currently don't exist. Another big one, in my opinion, is gaming, and it's a growing segment. Imagine a game where you're getting equipment, something like World of Warcraft, and I used to be a huge nerd, still am a huge nerd, but when I played WoW, you essentially got pieces of equipment. If they had part of the game where you worked towards a item, piece of equipment, and it was actually yours, you owned it, that would give ownership to the gamers and not the companies that have actually created the games. If someone else in that game found value in the item that you owned, you could sell it to them for cryptocurrency or a stable coin, whatever, but you could transact and get value from the time that you spent in order to get that item in the game. Hopefully you can tell that I'm trying to illustrate that NFTs aren't only used for illegal activities or scams. There are good use cases. So for that reason, I believe NFTs are in their infancy right now, and the use cases as well as the technology to use them becoming easier will make it so they have a bigger role in our future society, which is definitely going more towards digitizing assets as well as possibly the metaverse and a digital world. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button as well as consider subscribing to Main Street Wolf, where we talk cryptocurrency, investing, anything to do with money. Thanks guys for watching, and have a great day.